in just 60 seconds, you can earn more than your monthly salary. To do this, we need one indicator, one trading platform, and 1 minute to make a trade. So I did some analysis and I realized that we need to make an upward trade here. We'll open it right now. We have two moving average lines here. We break them, and now we are ready to move on. Plus we have a trend line here. Look at it, everything is perfect. The chart have broken through this trend line, then came back to touch, and in 30 seconds we will get a profit. If you want to do the same, then watch this video until the end. I will show how to set up the indicator, how to properly analyze its signals, and how to finally make trading your additions source of income. I have earned more than 1000 with the help of this professional indicator on TradingView. Now I will show you how in a similar way this indicator will appear absolutely for free on the Pocket Option platform and on any currency pair. So the first thing, we open the indicators panel. Here we look for moving average indicator. So here is this indicator, we click on it twice, and now the most important thing is to customize it. Click on the settings of the first indicator. Here we set the period 50, the type of indicator EMA. In the styles we can make it more bold, let's say white color. The second indicator will have a period of 100. Here we also choose the type of indicator EMA. In the styles we can make it bolder, let's say 3 pixels of red color. And save it. Now let's go over a little bit of theory. Moving averages are essentially dynamic support and resistance levels for us. Our strategy today is that we will open a trade clearly first opening a new candlestick, so the previous candlestick should have signs of decline of the next candlestick or growth of the next candlestick. This is facilitated by candlestick patterns. Today I will tell you about one of them. This is a very popular candlestick pattern. You can often see it on the chart. It consists of a small body and a big shadow, which is directed either upwards, which means that the next candlestick will be red colored on the downward. Or the shadow is directed downwards. In this case, the next candlestick should be a rising with a green color, but we should pay attention to this candlestick pattern only within the boundaries of the moving average indicator. Now I'm preparing to open a trade on the downside or immediately on a new candlestick. I go in on the downside for 1 minute. Today we have a scalping strategy, and our task will be to essentially predict the color of the next candlestick. Now I make a prediction that the color of the next candlestick will be red. Why? Let's analyze it. Well, first of all, as I have already said, the moving average indicator is a dynamic zone of support and resistance. Of course, this is not a good example, because here we have a sideways movement for quite a long time, and unfortunately, when the stock market has a sideways movement, this indicator doesn't work. We have to wait for a certain trend. Here we have a downward trend, and we started to get reactions from this zone, which is formed by the average moving lines. Here we have a bearish engulf pattern formed, due to which we have another candlestick of red color. As I said, we are essentially betting on the color of the next candlestick and taking the second trade. We have a very good example here as well. This is the candlestick I've told you about at the beginning. It has a small body and a large shadow. Note that the shadow comes from above and touches the zone of the average moving line. This tells us that this resistance zone is still strong for us, and we are pulling back from the resistance zone to some nearest targets. These targets can be, let's say, the level at the bottom or updating the minimum value of the chart. Well, of course, the local minimum value. Now we open a trade and we just see what happens. I won't count exactly, but clearly over 500 were made in just 2 minutes. Was that hard? Well, honestly no. Let's move on. Here I want to make one more trade on the continuation of the trend, or absolutely all the same thing we do, but here on the chart, as you can see, we have already broken through this area, which is a resistance for us. This is the all area, this is the resistance, so we are now breaking through, we form a candle of green color and with a shadow located at the bottom. So especially after the breakthrough, it is a very good signal for the increase in the continuation of the uptrend. My trade was made on it. Unfortunately, this shadow doesn't touch the red line of the moving average, but that's okay. Here we just open a trend trade on the breakout. Guys, let's open a 1 minute trade here as well. I'm doing a really bad job right now. I admit it myself, because you always need to have clear criteria for entering a trade. Ideally, the signal has already worked itself out, because we have the signal itself, namely a bearish engulfment, which are two candlesticks of the same color. But here we have a fall that absorbs the previous growth. This is a downward signal, and in fact the next candlestick is a workout of this signal. I mean, this candlestick. We have a profitable signal, but I'm going in for the next one because I realize that most likely this downward movement will continue here. There is no such a tight sidewall, so we don't break our basic rule. We trade most often in the trend direction, and as you can see, in a second we will get another profit. More than 140% pure profit we made in the short 10-minute video. It was not difficult to repeat after me or just copy my trades. Subscribe to my channel, to my Telegram channel. I will of course put the links in the description. Thank you for watching.